Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for an energy reading for this week. It's a holiday week. Christmas is right around the corner. So let's see what messages we need to hear today. We're going to start with Micah Magic, my most recent deck that I created in memory of my daughter. It is available on makeplayingcards.com. I have it linked below if you'd like to purchase it for yourself. I gave it as a gift to my sister yesterday for her birthday. So she's got a little bit of Micah's magic in her home. My mentor got me a Christmas gift. We had a healing session on Saturday night. How cute is this? Queen of kiddom. She knows how much I love kids and how much I am, just how much I love kids. And I don't want any kids suffering. Okay, so let's see what messages, because my deck is so big, I'm often always spreading them out. It's just easier, so we won't do jumpers from the pack. Look for the breadcrumbs from the universe. So this reminds me of a conversation that I just had recently with a friend, and he's trying to get something off the ground, and in my head, I didn't share it with him, but in my head, I was thinking, I wonder if he's following the breadcrumbs. Like, I wonder if he's trying to grab the reins and do it himself, or if he's putting his intention out there and saying, okay, like say somebody wrote a book. And when I stutter, you guys know that means something. So say somebody wrote a book, right? And you're trying to get it out there. You're trying to just reach as many people as you can. So you start dropping your book off at random bookstores. You're taking inspired action and nothing is happening. Well, I always like to say sometimes we have to wait for the universe to kind of drop this new intuitive idea, or somebody comes to us and says, hey, you should go to this bookstore, or you should talk to this person. And we have to take action on those little breadcrumbs, because it's the universe kind of jumping into our reality saying, hey, follow me. I'm going to drop one here, going to drop one here. And sometimes, many times on my journey, my ego has gotten in the way, and I've literally ignored those breadcrumbs. And I was sitting in my apartment going, I have to figure this out myself. I have to make a plan. I have to take charge. I have to do this and I have to do that. And it's a combination of both, because when the breadcrumb arrives, that's when you take action. But sometimes we get a download about something and we think it's our next path. But other times we have to pause and say, okay, universe, if this download I just thought of is what you want me to do, please show me the way. So it's like a co-creation. You're receiving it, you're asking for help, receiving it, asking for help, taking action. Okay, so in your life, if you're trying to start something, if you're wondering if you should go down this path or not, pause, remove all distractions from your life, and ask the divine to show you the way. And then you have to be patient. Sometimes it comes up in 2 weeks, sometimes it comes up in 2 hours, but you have to be hyper alert. So just recently, I was on a morning drive and I randomly turned down a new street, and it was called Bella Road. And there was a while back, I guess it was like a year ago this time, I wanted to change my name to Bella. And I love Twilight, but that's not the reason why. But my dad always used to call me Shushna Bella. And I always just liked Bella. I just thought it was so pretty. And I was like, man, I just feel like I'm a Bella. And I wrote it in my journal a million times. So I'm on this drive and I turn down this random road and it says Bella Road. And then I get chills all over my body because I feel like it's my dad saying hi to me. And then as I keep driving, I see a mailbox that says 37. So is the address 37, which is my dad's favorite number. We called him 37. And then as I kept going, in my head on this drive, I was thinking about moving. My lease is up in March here, and I'm like, you know what? I really want like a cute little farmhouse. I'm single, so I don't mind if it's just really, really tiny, maybe like a 1 or 2 bedroom or something. And somehow I could magically get the yard taken care of for me, where I wouldn't have to do it, or maybe I would like doing it. I've never owned a house. So I kept having this vision of this little house. Well, as I'm driving past the 37 and Bella Road, I see this beautiful blue house with a red door, and it was for sale. So I just had chills all over my body. And I'm like, all right, universe, thank you for showing me this breadcrumb. It was either showing me birds before land, which is like a glimmer of a new house coming to me, or it could be this house that I move into, that I purchase, that I rent. I don't know what I came home and immediately looked it up on Zillow. It's out of my price range, but there's no limit in our universe. We are filled with miracles. So if I want that house, I can ask for that house, but I have to really ask myself, do I want that house? So I went and looked at all the photos. The interior is awesome. They have all black doors, interior black doors, which I love. It's an open space. It has this beautiful white island, which I've been imagining myself running my hand across a white, thick countertop. That's been like my imaginal act. And I quickly went to the kitchen on the photos and I was like, does it have a white countertop, a white island? But it's not so much an open concept. Like the kitchen is like here and then the living room's next to it. So it's open, but I always liked the back of the kitchen where the sink is and stuff to be facing the living space. So anyway, this was a glimmer. This was a breadcrumb. This is the universe showing me, hey, you turned down this random street today for a reason. You saw Bella, you saw 37, and then you saw a house for sale. And it's inspiration for me to keep looking. It's inspiration for me to hop there and to maybe call a real estate agent to go look at it and see how I feel in the house. So these are examples of when we get this card, that's how we have to pay attention to learn how to dance with the universe. It wants to bring us our desires, but we have to learn the dance. We have to understand what it all means. And we can't overlook those little breadcrumbs that it's dropping us along the way. And a lot of times, like I explained, me sitting in my apartment being like, I have to make this work. I got to get this out there. I got to make this money. That's forcing it. That's not flow. That's not ease. When I'm in my car driving and I turn down a random road, I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking I needed to make money or I need to find this house. I was completely dissociated, dancing, singing, and I just felt this urge to turn. That's when you're going to get your answers. Okay, so if you find yourself in a gripping energy and you're forcing things to happen and you're working on your vibration and nothing's happening, you really have to just get out of your head, go have some fun, do something out of your normal routine, and then watch. You'll start to see these little signs and breadcrumbs. An ending to a new beginning. So unfortunately, these tower moments are happening all over the place. These endings. The tower moment in the tarot is a burning building and two people jumping out of it. And it's essentially like what's no longer serving you, you're going to have to leave. And a lot of times people are in partnerships and their book is not getting out there. Their money is not coming because they're with somebody who's not the same vibration as them. They're with somebody who's has pure intentions, but they're just not the correct match. So the universe is going to block those things from taking off because it wants you to first realize that you're not in alignment with you. You're with somebody who's not in alignment with you. And a lot of times our relationships reflect our relationships with money. Sorry, somebody was at my door. Okay, so sometimes we have to leave certain environments and we have to leave certain things in order for that thing to take off, in order for our soul to fly and to feel really, really good. Because these lower vibrations, it's almost like pulling on your coattail. It's like they're not letting you fly. So just be mindful of that too. If there's anything in your reality that is you thought was right for you, but you've been having these thoughts like, why aren't I in my highest alignment? You might have to let it go. There might have to be an ending. Okay, let's get some more. We're going to do a huge spread here with Micah's deck. Pull back your energy. So you're going to have to move into meditation. You're going to have to take time away. You're going to have to. So for me, I canceled all appointments for the next, I don't know how long, but I was feeling that energy like I am not taking care of myself. If you guys had my phone for a day, you would probably be like, Michelle, what are you doing? Why are you answering all of these messages? Why are you allowing the whole world to just jump into your phone and ask you advice for free all the time, 24/7, 10 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock in the morning? And I don't answer right away, but I do always answer because I once was somebody who was texting, looking for answers. I went through a spiritual awakening. I was grieving. I was having dreams and not knowing what they meant. I was going through anxiety in the middle of the night and I didn't know what it meant. I wanted to know if Mercury was in retrograde, and I would always check in with my mentor. So I find myself trying to save other people from that same suffering, but that's not my job. Because when I start to abandon myself and I start to overwhelm myself thinking I have to save everybody, that's ego. I'm not in charge of anybody's safety. They have their own connection to God, to spirit, to the universe. And what did I do during that time? I used YouTube. If I didn't have somebody to text, I would hop on YouTube and I would look for the answer and I would ask my guides to bring it to me. And a lot of times it would happen. So here I am thinking that YouTube and there's no other resource but me, which is ego, but also this desire to save them because I don't want people suffering. But that ends up killing me because there goes my energy out the door every hour to other people. So it's like all these people are pulling on these strings on my body and I'm just like literally a rag doll. So this week I had to say, I'm sorry, I'm no longer available. I cannot do this. I have to recharge my batteries and I don't know if I'll ever do it again. I don't know. I don't know if it's a call to create a community where people can jump on a Telegram chat and they can all communicate with each other and support each other. Maybe I'm being called to do that. I did have that thought today that I don't want these people suffering, but I can't be the one source. So there has to be a solution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pray and I'm going to say, divine, universe, love, if this is what you want me to do, please bring it to me. Please show me the way. Please show me how to help people, mass amounts of people, without depleting my own energy. And I don't get me wrong, I love, love, love being the girl that people think of when they have a family member dealing with anxiety, dealing with a loss, dealing with a spiritual awakening, dealing with needing to figure out why their body all of a sudden can't eat certain foods. I am so blessed that I've made an impact where people are like, oh, or if it's a sign from the universe, what does this mean? People think of me and Micah and our story, and that's what I always wanted. But now I have to channel that energy and be productive with it and still help people, but not feel like I have to save them. So whether that's me redirecting them to a channel or to a book or something, but I can't always be the one to do that. So I'm working on that in my own life. So this week, and that's why I'm a little bit delayed with this reading, is because I was just like, I was thinking I need to do the reading. People are going to be looking for it. No, Michelle, there will be other readers that you guys can go find. I need to take care of me. So this entire week, I am taking care of myself. I cleared my whole schedule. Nobody can book me, which is so freeing. And it's for the first time in an entire year that I'm like taking a full week off. So obviously, as I share these things with all of you, you might be going through that too. You might have to pull back your energy. Who are you allowing to take from you? Who is not honoring your time? Who is not valuing you and saying, hey, you just talked to me for 2 hours. I would love to Venmo you $20. Like that's what you guys should be expecting from your communities. If people are not doing that, they're not valuing you and they're just abusing you and they're just taking and taking and taking because it's just what they are used to doing and they don't have boundaries. And I created the monster myself. I didn't draw a line. So I have to now draw a line and I feel good about doing it because this is part of my soul growth. Is saying, I don't have to save everybody. I can say no. I can love myself enough to say, hey, sorry, if you want to talk to me, you're going to have to pay. It's just where I'm at in my life. I'm valuable, I'm worthy, and my prices will probably go up too, because I know that what I have to offer is special and there's nobody like me. And I have to eat. I can't just deplete my energy, and same for all of you. And I'm only sharing my experience because it's so heavy on my heart right now. And I feel like because we're getting these cards, the breadcrumbs for me were maybe to start a community where all of my people who I love so much and I don't want to abandon them, maybe I should start a community where they can all support each other and I can jump in every once in a while and offer that support. So looking for the breadcrumbs, sometimes we have to have an ending. Sometimes we got to cut the cord and say, no, I'm setting a boundary. Then we look for the breadcrumb when we're setting the boundary, when we have the time to pull back our energy to say, all right, what are my guides really trying to tell me? And before I took this break, I had anxiety for like 3 or 4 nights in a row. And I know my soul was like crying, saying, Michelle, just stop. You're totally abandoning and hurting and punishing yourself. You don't have to save everybody because you weren't saved when you were at that stage. So remind yourselves, you're not in charge of anybody else's safety but your own. So honor yourself. Your angels are moving things for you. So when you're seeing 444 or maybe 44 or a series of fours, that is your angels jumping into your reality saying, we're moving things, be patient, hold the line. 333 right next to it. Connect back to spirit. That's pulling back your energy and asking over and over and over again, universe, show me the way. What do you want me to be doing? Make it super clear. I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to talk to my guides. Could you make it very loud and clear what I need to do moving forward? Remember I mentioned this earlier? So that house that I found today, that could be birds before land. That could be somebody else. You might be getting glimmers of what's coming for you. And as we know, if you don't know what birds before land is when you're out it's a manifestation sign. When you're out at sea and you don't see any land in sight, you know that you're getting closer and closer when you start to see birds. Okay, so this is a sign that you're getting closer and closer to your manifestation, something in your reality. Maybe you're seeing other people get engaged and that's what you want your partner to do. Maybe you want to move and you're hearing about other people moving. Maybe you want to come into a bunch of money, or maybe you want to just really have that thing that you've done take off and you hear of other people having success. That's birds before land. Say yes. And I just heard an offer, like I did last week. There was a reading where we talked about an offer, an invitation coming in. So say yes. I just heard you are worthy of all the abundance, of all the love. Tell them how you feel and start the thing. So maybe when you pull back your energy, you're going to get a breadcrumb on what you need to start. So say yes, start the thing, tell them how you feel. You are the sunshine in their life. And you guys know those certain people where you just look at their face and you're like, I just feel better seeing their face. I don't know what it is, but I just love their energy. And I just heard when you pull your energy back, put yourself around people like that and check in with them first if they have the space and the energy to see you. It will come at the end of the month. I just heard what you have to say yes to is coming at the end of the month, which is really what, next week? Yeah, so today's the 20th. Okay, I just got guided. I was going through all of my journals. I was like bawling, crying last night because I have this whole bin of journals. There's probably like maybe 40 of them. And it's just my heart and soul in all of these books. And, a lot of it's past partners or people that I was trying to manifest into my reality, like, no name people. But just this constant yearning and looking and grasping, and it's all ego. Like all of these journals are filled with my ego and how it's evolved over the years. And it's almost like a nostalgic energy where I like being where I'm at now and looking back and seeing how I used to write and being like, wow, I've come so far. Look at my ego. It's so loud and icky. And I think about writing a book one day and I'm like, what if I need these journals to refer back to? But something inside of me is telling me to burn them and just to completely let go of my past. And I was crying last night going, I don't know what to do. Like, If I burn them, am I going to regret it? If I don't, is it an energy in my house that I don't want? And then I'm listening to Tosha Silver's book, Outrageous Openness again. And she talks about how she teaches a class about divine order and how the universe works, which I resonate a lot with. And I feel like I want to start doing that. I want to teach a class called How to Dance with the Universe. And I want to do it locally and I want to do it in person. And she was talking about the very first thing that she has her clients and students do is they have to clean their space. They literally have to go home, pick a junk drawer, pick a closet, and get rid of any old energy from their past, because you have to create space for new energy to come in. So here I am sitting there last night, like feeling like the tug of war, like, do I throw these out? Do I keep them? I don't know what to do. I start opening them up and I start like reminiscing. And I found this one journal that I want to share. They're all beautiful too, obviously. I would always have fun going to the store to pick them out, but I feel like I'm just going to pick a random page and share my feelings with you all. Okay. Okay, here we go. Monday, October 25th. I put, I am so proud of myself. So much growth. Strength, oh, strength to say bye to Paps. My dad. Of course, I picked this page. Oh, gosh. Fuck. I'm so proud of myself. So much growth. Strength to say bye to Paps. Pretty terrifying watching him suffer. Facing, or I have public speaking, 2 events, one on Zoom, one at a yoga studio, doing a podcast, facing my haters, choosing me, filming, getting over fear, starting YouTube, learning new things. And then I have on the second page signs this week: 3 knocks on my door, a guy looking for his phone. I saw a frog in the movie Castaway, which was my dad's favorite movie. Feelings: I am not trusting, I am judging, I am beating myself up, I am waking up and doing whatever I want, sleeping, resting, and I'm judging my journey. So I kind of just put random stuff, but as you guys know, when I pick a random page, for some reason, the message is for you guys out there to maybe teach you how to journal, but acknowledging your growth and how far you've come. Like I pick a page where the top of the page says, I'm so proud of myself. Strength to say bye to Paps. So maybe somebody out there, you're feeling like you're not going to be able to handle the loss of somebody in your life. If I can do it, you can do it. And yes, it was terrifying. I even wrote it in my journal that it was terrifying watching my dad suffer. He literally couldn't breathe at the end, and neither could my daughter. So it's like a repeat event, but I did it, and you can do it too. And we are so much stronger than we think. I dreaded that moment. The whole however long that he was sick leading up to his passing. He passed from lung cancer a year ago on October 12th. So that was October 25th. And I was looking back, like cheering myself on, saying, I'm so proud of myself. Like I literally was with him when he took his last breath and I watched him suffer. He literally suffered and it was painful and he wanted to be out of the hospital. He just was not his normal self. So seeing my dad in that state was not fun. But like that's a moment where if I throw out my journals, like I'll lose that, right? But maybe it's okay. Maybe I'm okay to let it go. And maybe I'm creating space for new memories. And I remember that day. I remember those events. Maybe I don't need to relive it and have it in a book in my home with that heaviness. So I feel like I was guided to do that, to teach you all that it's okay to let go and you are stronger than you think. And we choose our path and we're meant to go through certain experiences for growth. And we have to honor that. We have to pull back our energy and take time to reflect and say, wow, I've come so far. Look at all the crazy things I've had to do. And I did it. And I'm so strong. So high five to all of you who've gone through crazy things and you're feeling so lit up and you're feeling so proud of yourself. Keep going. You got this. Okay, I just got guided to do the tarot. Okay. The Tower card, which is what I was talking about, the burning building and people jumping out of it. This is like lightning striking. It's like lightning hitting the back of this person, like, holy shit, this is a bat out of hell. I am waking up to where I'm not meant to be and where I need to go. My clock, it just said 12:12. So that is a sign that we are in alignment. We're in the flow. 10 of emotions. This is 10 of cups. This is like such a healthy, happy, fulfillment energy. And I just heard, because you've been through the tower moment and you feel like you've lost everything you could have ever loved, like how I feel recently. I literally was crying so bad the past 2 days about just like, poor me. I lost my daughter, I lost my dad, and life is so hard. And I just want a partner to like grab my face and hug me so tight and say, Michelle, I can't believe you had to go through those hard things. Like, I just want somebody, a man, a strong man who's my partner and my best friend, to just tell me how strong I am and comfort me and just literally hold space for me to grieve. And it's like, those times are coming. So somebody out there, if you're in that energy like me and you've just always wanted somebody to see you, to hold space for you, to honor you, to protect you, to provide for you emotionally, that's the 10 of emotions. You're finally going to get that. And it's after this tower moment. Somebody has to leave something in order to step forward in this energy. So look at the colors here. Of course, teal, like my top, but this energy is like pink and orangey and red and passionate and filled with like just complete, overwhelming fulfillment. You finally found your match. But you first had to go through the tower. And the tower could look like grieving the loss of a loved one, changing jobs, losing money, losing a car, losing your sanity, feeling crazy, feeling like you're going through this spiritual awakening and you have to let go of every aspect of your life. And you're like, who am I now that I've had to just, my life is completely like an upheaval energy. Another thing that I wanted to share is I was watching Elizabeth April on YouTube, and she was doing her 2023 predictions. And holy hell, she predicted that there's going to be flooding and fires. And I think the flooding was in Asia. The fires are in Australia. And it's just a prediction, like, you guys can take it or leave it. But let me just tell you that my apartment flooded, and I saw like fire outside of my back door the other day with the fire pit that was on with the lid on it. It was just like kind of dangerous, but it was pulled to me. Like, I was the one that had to make the call to tell the office, like, hey, this is happening. It happened to me. There was a flood in my house. So I'm sitting there watching these predictions going, oh my gosh, Michelle, are you not paying attention to the universe and your guides telling you what's coming in the future, and you're thinking it's all related to you and your personal life? What if these are now my gifts, the universe kind of like showing me, hey, you are now a channel for this. We are leading you and telling you what's coming. And I've been having dreams of tsunamis since last spring, dreams of flooding and dreams of tsunamis nonstop. The other night I had a dream that there was flooding like rising around my apartment, and my dad was with me, and I was opening up like a dresser, which I don't have a dresser, and I was packing my clothes in a bag in a suitcase, and my dad was standing at the door, and he wasn't rushing me. It wasn't a panic state. And I woke up and I was like, am I gonna die soon? Like, is my dad inviting me to heaven? Like, is he telling me to pack my bags because it's time to come to him? Of course, that's my ego. But what if it is just this, like, my guides prepping me for what's to come in the world, and I need to start listening, and I need to start jotting these things down and preparing. And yeah, I told a friend last year about my tsunami dream, and he was like, he started playing a song, it's a country song, Buy Me a Boat. I can't remember who sings it, but we were in the gym and he started playing that song, and I'll never forget it because I'm just like, okay, I feel like I can share my dreams with him and he's not judging me. He's making a joke with me, comforting me, saying it's going to be okay no matter what. But I don't know. So maybe you all are getting new gifts this week. Maybe you're getting, your gifts are enhancing. You're starting to wake up that, you're having this tower moment. It's forcing you to stop your life and to listen and to pay attention. What are your guides trying to show you? What are the breadcrumbs that you're being shown? And for me, it was a hard smack in the face, like, oh, the flooding and the fire thing wasn't really for me. My ego wanted it to be about me, like, but maybe it was a global thing. And I now need to start paying attention to maybe offer that comfort to other people to prepare them for it. But yeah, she talked about there might be a tsunami in the ocean, which is going to cause the flooding in Asia, and then that there's going to be fires in Australia. So, and that's 2023. An invitation coming soon. So not to scare you guys about like those predictions, but a lot of her predictions are real and they come true. And she channels the Galactic Federation of Light, which is it's kind of like the universe government. It's governing all of the universe, and it's here to protect us, and it's here to deliver messages to keep us safe. She talked about COVID and how it was man-made, and the Chinese made it and all this stuff. So if you go to her channel and read that, and there's also, I think, a video from 2020 that she did. I forget the name of it. I watched that last night too. But it's just really waking. She said in 2023, the people that are not awake to the fact that this is all the darkness creating all of this chaos to, I don't want to say like a bad phrase here, but to depopulate us. It's reality. And people that are not awake to this, she said in 2023, these mass destructions are going to cause chaos. It's going to cause confusion for the people that are not awake. But for the people that are awake and are on our channels doing the spiritual work, and they're understanding that, certain things are not safe for us to put in our bodies because they're created to depopulate us. And we now have to stand in our power, be light workers, spread the message, and prepare for this chaos that could be coming. But we know that we can handle it with our energy, and we want to manifest something better. So if we can put our energy to those things not happening and people waking up in different ways, so the universe doesn't need to cause a natural disaster to wake us up, that would be lovely. That's what I'm going to meditate on. So educate yourself. If you feel called to, take it or leave it. If it's not resonating with you, if you don't believe in all that stuff, it's okay. I'm just sharing what my experience is. It's my channel. I can do that. But yeah, we have to start supporting each other through supporting the people that are not awakened, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that's why I was depleting myself helping other people, because I'm seeing so many people going through loss right now, and they're not awake and they don't understand why it's happening, and they don't necessarily believe in the universe. And I'm feeling like the pull to like teach them. I got to help save them. I got to wake them up. No, that's not my job. So back to the reading. An invitation is coming soon. So this is the say yes. After this tower moment, people are going to be waking up. Okay. And you're going to be that person who's going to say, yeah, this is how it is. This is the universe. Everything's happening for us. It's going to be a big purge, and we're going to be okay. No matter what you're going through, it's going to result in a happier ending. Now, for the people that are light workers and for the people who are already spiritually awakened, the prediction for 2023 was contentment, abundance, happiness. If you've been through turmoil the past 2 or 3 years, it is now your turn to receive good. But for the people who are unawakened, haven't had any tower moments, they're not on this path, they're going to have these tower moments in 2023, along with the collective, as in these natural disasters. And people like us, we will be protected, and we will be safe, and we will be space holders. We'll be comfort for those who are not awakened. And now they will all be seeing what darkness our world is really hosting. Like, we have all of this darkness in the government and politics and with celebrities and all this hidden stuff going on that's going to come out in 2023. So we have to educate ourselves, ground ourselves down so that we can hold space for others. Okay. Revisit your path and see how it all worked out. So in order for you to hold space for others, you have to look back, and maybe that's why my journals popped out, is because I was looking back and seeing how, oh, if I was manifesting a certain person or a certain job or something and it didn't work out, that was meant to be. It wasn't supposed to take flight. It was not part of my path. And when I look back and see how different my path is now, I'm like, holy cow, this is fantastic. It worked out in my favor. They say rejection is God's protection. So when you're not getting what you want, you're being protected in some way. Now I'm being guided to use my other deck, the Ever Unfolding Heart. See what message is coming through. And I just heard this is going to be our final message. I know this reading was filled with a lot of like global and maybe some stuff I don't normally talk about, but I felt called to talk about it. So I feel like it's my duty to share it, especially because of the flooding and the fire thing that happened with me. I'm now feeling like I'm being called to share more. Okay, change is coming. It's a good change. Feel the anxiety, see it as excitement. What would your inner child want to do today? Playground, movies, paint, be outside. Strap your little self in the seat next to you and go. Self-love is needed now and always. So when the change is coming and you're feeling the anxiety, but you don't know what the change is yet, and I don't know about you all, but if you're having dreams of natural disasters, if you're having weird dreams about other things happening, that can bring on like a sense of instability. You can feel like, oh no, what's going to happen with the world? What if that happens where I live? How are we going to handle it? That's not our responsibility. Remember, if you're on my channel, you are protected. The universe will not let anything bad happen to you. And if you do have some sort of tower moment happening in your life, it's happening for you. It's moving you to a better environment. Okay. So if you are being forced out of a home, or maybe my flooding was saying, Michelle, you need to move. It might be. And that's why I was looking for a house today. So I'm following the breadcrumbs, trying to see it from all angles, but it also could not mean that. And it could mean it's global stuff. But in the mix of that anxiety and worry, like, what if I miss a breadcrumb, or what if I'm not following the signs? You have to step out of it. Like I talked about in the beginning of the reading, you can't control life. And we have to be in flow. It has to be effortless. You have to go for a drive, see what road you turn down. For me, inner child. For this reading, for you, go out and do something that your little inner child would want to do. Okay, so go shoot some hoops, go play some sports with your kids, your nieces or your nephews. You're just going to be starting to do things that light you up. And then the last thing, and that will obviously help you relax with these predictions, and because we don't know, none of this could happen, you guys, none of these bad things could happen. But if they do, it would be nice to be prepared and to be like, okay, I felt this coming, my body felt this coming, I can relax, and I know how to soothe my anxiety, because what if this change is really good for our planet? What if it's going to help us restructure everything, and then our kids have a better future? And then the last card is, do you know that your heart is a magnet? When it beats with joy and love, you are attracting everything you desire. You are full of magic. Your heart is your magic wand. Use it. So to end this reading, this is saying, go do what lights you up. When you're in your inner child and you're doing things that make you feel good, take off from work, tune out the world, do whatever the heck you want to do, eat whatever you want to eat, but also nurture yourself and make smart decisions. Then your heart starts to beat with joy. And that's when you start to attract the contentment, the peace, the excitement, the money, the job, the home. So I took off this week and I found myself on a drive, and boom, I find a home. So the same will happen to you. Take a break from the world, pull back your energy, and ask the universe to move you. All right, lovies, I'm sending you so much love. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.